Have you ever rode in a fast car? I mean, one that'll do 11 seconds in a quarter mile. You're missing it. They're butterfly machines. And you can go buy one of these butterfly machines right off the lot. In fact, Dodge Challenger Hellcat SRT Demon 8-second quarter. Right off. Tesla Plaid 9-second quarter. Right off. Chevrolet Corvette 10 seconds. In fact, that F-150 that I drove 12 seconds. And I know that because I go racing. I love racing. Racing's in my blood. My mom, 1980, I'm 14 years old, she takes me down to Main Street. Little did I know that she had lost her driver's license 2 times before she was 20 for racing. This new car, she pulls up there, street light, and if she's in pole position, it's racing. And so, my mom treats every street light like a Christmas tree at a drag strip. And you may not know it, but she's ready to race. And it's all in across the intersection. That's what I learned. Dad, we stopped counting how many times he lost his driver's license, drinking, drugging, whatever. Not that there's a problem with that. I love fast cars. I started building cars. Part of my business is I ran a boiler business, and when I didn't have work, I put cars in my guy's shop and we'd build cars. So Mustangs, Camaros, Corvettes, Barracudas, Challengers, Darts, Road Rovers, and the Viper. Oh, the Viper. That was an interesting thing. So I'm looking on KSL and I see this Viper. I'm living in Elk Ridge. It's in Salem. I'm like, well, I'm gonna at least go drive it. Drove it right to the bank. Then I had to break it to my mom, my wife. And so I said, honey, would you mind meeting me over at this restaurant? Luckily, she got there first. I pulled up alongside her and I could see the look on her face. And it wasn't good. I said, don't say anything. Get in the car.
Yes.
Man, you look good in this car. Rolled her eyes. Rolled her eyes. And so that car got me in trouble. And I'm a missionary. I wear a missionary badge. And I thought one day I'm just going to drive the car to Orem to the mission. Better be clean or something. So I got my suit on. It's a Viper. You know, the applaud car.
Right.
And when you're driving a Viper, it's like the competition just comes and gets you. They show up, they see the Viper down up, they speed up, they get, and they start taunting you. You're like, get away from me, kid. You know, I mean, I got a badge on, I got a suit on. And I'm driving down, I'm like, this rice burner, Evo, is driving me crazy. He thinks this Viper is slow. But little does he know. And so, finally, you know, because I don't like to race on them. I really don't like to race on the street. I've been in trouble for that. But I get to the end of the Main Street, and we just happen to end up in pole position heading for the freeway. And I'm like, go. So he takes off. You can tell that thing, I mean, just the noisiest, loud. Nothing like the Viper. Side by side. I'm just like, is that it? Is that it? And I floored it. First, second, third gear, I was on the freeway. Unfortunately, there was a cop going the other way. But I just thought, whoa. By the time I got to the Springville exit, one cop was behind me. He wasn't very close, but he was behind me and I noticed him. Next exit, 2 Highway Patrol. I tell this story because it happened in 2010, and I'm hoping somebody remembers it. Because I don't, it's, by the time I get to the pro university exit, third out, and it's the charger, you know, the Hellcat, and whoop, lights on. I'm like, oh, shit, this is not good. Badge, and it's my suit. What can I say? The cop comes up and he says, somebody wants to talk to you. And so I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, who's gonna believe this? Look in my rearview mirror, and here comes that southbound cop. He must have flipped around down in Benjamin, drove all the way back, and now I got 4 highway patrols behind me. Next time you see 4 highway patrols behind a car, take a good look at that car. And he floored me with what he said. He walks up, and granted, he was on this side, and I was, he said, nice car. And I'm like, 4 highway patrols in your nice car, me? And then he said, what were you doing? And I said, I'm just getting on the freeway. I thought you were racing down the freeway. He said, I'm just getting on the freeway. You're doing 120 miles an hour just getting on the freeway. I said, it's a Viper. Then I remembered, if I'm going to get out of this ticket, I'm going to have to use some leverage. And this came out. I get out of jail pass free. Because I work in the county jail. I go in and teach God. And I'm thinking, if I show them this little thing here, my name, maybe that'll get, and maybe I'll have to go to a little bit deeper. And my Christmas ornament this year with them. Sometimes it works. It didn't work that time. And I made a mistake. I finally just said, do you mind if I get out and take a picture? Because nobody will believe me. And the cuffs went on. Thanks. I like fast cars.
Awesome job, Troy. You got up here immediately, very animated, lots of good use of gestures, very clear voice, extremely entertaining. I think you had everybody engaged very well. On the evaluation sheet, I gave you 5s on everything because it's just outstanding. You had clarity, your vocal variety was really good, you had eye contact, you seemed very comfortable up here, and you had great stories that were very engaging. You used humor, just outstanding job. I love the fact that your story included Vipers. I'm not very knowledgeable about cars, but I've always thought Vipers, that's, in my opinion, one of the coolest looking cars is the Vipers. So if you still have one, I'd love to see it. Okay.
You got into trouble.
You repented, huh? Is that what you're saying? Okay. So great use of props, great use of stories, both from the past and from like when you were growing up, and then your personal experiences getting in trouble. Your whole family had this history of getting in trouble with cars, didn't they? Very good. Bikes. The only things that I can think of as possible improvements is you did have great use of space. One of the rare cases where maybe you used it a little bit too much, almost like a caged cat, like.
Yeah.
But in some ways, because of your subject, it sort of worked, because you were moving back and forth really fast. So it sort of worked, but I might tone that down just a tiny bit. The only other thing that I could think of as a possibility is some kind of call to action, where you get the people to reflect, like, I've heard this fun story and great stuff. What am I going to take away from it besides entertainment? Is there anything I want to change about my life because of this particular story that I heard? But Very fun, very entertaining. I think you did a fantastic job. Thank you.